Good morning, students. In this lecture 30th of mechanics, we will study the physical significance of the nature of the motion of a body under inverse square force. So it is related to the previous article where we have studied the motion of a body under inverse square force field, and we derived the conditions of eccentricity and energy for the trajectory of the path followed by the particle. So from the total energy of the body under the inverse square force field, we can obtain the shape of the trajectory of the path followed by the particle. So what will be its physical significance? As we know that total energy of a body, of any body, it is equal to its kinetic energy plus potential energy. But in case of a body which is moving under the effect of inverse square force, total energy is given by kinetic energy plus effective potential energy, that is U dash, where this kinetic energy, it is equal to half mu r dot square that we have already derived and plus U dash. So what will be the kinetic energy of the particle? It will be half mu r dot square, and it is equal to total energy of the particle minus this effective potential energy of the particle under inverse square force field. And this U dash, effective potential energy, we know that it is equal to L square by 2 mu r square. This is known as centrifugal potential energy. And this minus k by r factor, it is gravitational potential energy. So this effective potential energy, it consists of two terms. Now as you can see, this term centrifugal potential energy, it is inversely L square is constant because L is the angular momentum, and angular momentum of a body which is moving under the central force, it remains constant. So gravitational force, it is a central force, so L is constant, mu mass is constant, only R is the variable. So this centrifugal potential energy, it varies inversely to R square. So we know that the graph, which is graph of any quantity which varies inversely to this R square, it is like this. So this is the graph between effective potential energy with the distance. So we are plotting this U dash with R, and it consists of two terms. So this L square by 2 mu R square, this term, it is represented by this dotted curve. So here you can see, as R is increasing in x-axis, in x direction, as we will increase this R, this whole quantity L square by 2 mu R square, it will decrease in this way. So this dotted curve, it represents centrifugal potential energy. So now we will represent this second term, that is minus k by r. So how this second term, that is gravitational potential energy, it will vary as you will vary this r. Now see, when you will increase this r in this direction, because r is along positive x-axis. So when you will increase this r in x direction, so denominator will increase. It means this k by r factor will decrease. Denominator is increasing, we are increasing r. So when r will increase, k by r will decrease, but it is having negative sign. It means when you will increase this r, this k by r factor will decrease, means it is becoming less negative. When r was small, its value was large, it means it was more negative, and more negative value lies here. So as you will increase r, its value minus k by r, it will become less negative, means it will increase as you will increase r. So this factor, it is representing gravitational potential energy. This dotted curve, it represents gravitational potential energy, and as you will increase r, it will become less negative, means it will increase and move towards 0. So now we will discuss effective potential energy, that is U dash. So this solid black curve, it represents the variation of effective potential energy U dash with R. So now we will study the variation of effective potential energy U dash with R. Now, this is the origin of the graph, and this origin of the graph, actually it is the center of the force. Means you can take it as like sun is placed here, and initially the earth is at infinite distance from sun. Initially, earth is at infinite distance from the sun. So sun is the center of the force because it will attract the earth because of gravitational force towards itself. So sun is the center of the force, and any body, suppose earth, it is moving towards the sun but from infinity. So when the two bodies means when a body, it is at infinite distance from the center of the force, then what will happen? At infinite distance, there will be no interaction between the center of the force and the body. It means if interaction between the bodies at infinity is 0, it means their potential energy will be 0. So at infinity, the whole total energy of the body, it is equal to its kinetic energy. Means when this R approaches to infinity, then this black solid curve, it will be matching this x-axis. Means at that time, potential energy will be 0 and total energy of the particle, it will be equal to its kinetic energy when the distance between the body and the center of force is infinite. When R is infinite, there will be no interaction between the body and the center of the force. So its potential energy will be 0. But when the distance between the body and the center of force, it decreases. How? Because center of the force, it will attract the body towards itself. So the body, it will move closer and closer to the center of the force. So with this, distance between them will decrease, means R will decrease. So when R will decrease, their interaction between the body and the center of force, it will start. So as the body, it will move more closer to the center of the force, interaction between them will increase because R is decreasing. So if interaction between them will increase, it means potential energy will also increase. So if potential energy will increase, we know that total energy, it is equal to kinetic plus potential. So if potential energy will increase, we know that total energy remains constant. So if potential energy will increase, it means its kinetic energy will decrease. So here we can say that potential energy of any body which is moving closer and closer towards the center of the force, it increases only at the expense of its kinetic energy. Means it will increase only when its kinetic energy will decrease because the total energy of the body remains constant. Now, from this solid curve of effective potential energy U dash with R, what we can conclude? We can conclude that initially the body was at infinity from the center of the force. At that time, this effective potential energy was 0 and total energy was equal to kinetic energy. And then when we are moving that body from infinity to the closer to this center of the force, then what is happening? U dash is decreasing. As we are decreasing R from infinity, initially this U dash, it is decreasing. it means it is becoming more negative, because this curve, it lies below the zero level. It means as it will move down, it is becoming more negative. So initially, with the decrease in r from infinity, this u dash, it is decreasing. It is becoming more negative. If it is becoming more negative, then negative and negative will be positive. So energy plus its high value. It means this kinetic energy will increase initially when we are just decreasing the distance from infinity by a small amount. So initially what is happening here is, when we are decreasing r from infinity, initially u dash is becoming more negative, it is decreasing. So when it is becoming more negative means negative will be positive. So its kinetic energy will increase. And at any point which is denoted by E, this U dash, that is effective potential energy, it is minimum. And corresponding to this point, kinetic energy will be maximum. After that, this U dash, it starts to increase, means it is becoming less negative up to point B. So up to point B, as U dash is becoming less negative, it means now U dash is increasing. If U dash is increasing, then now its kinetic energy will decrease. So what we are doing? We are moving the body towards the center of the force more and more closer with passing time. So by this, kinetic energy of the body is decreasing until point B. Then after point B, this U dash becomes positive. So if U dash is positive, then kinetic energy of the body, it will decrease by a very large amount. So there will be some point where, as now U dash has become positive, so there will be a point when this U dash, it will approach to total energy. So the point where this total energy and effective potential energy, they become equal, at that point this will be equal to 0. It means kinetic energy will be 0 at that point when effective potential energy, it becomes equal to the total energy. So the point where kinetic energy becomes equal to 0, that is the point of the closest approach, means at that point the distance of the particle or the body from the center of the force will be minimum. Particle cannot go more closer than that point towards the center of the force, because at that point kinetic energy of the particle has become 0, and now that point will act as a turning point. So turning points are those points we have already studied where kinetic energy of the particle, half mu r dot square, it becomes 0, and at that point total energy is equal to effective potential energy. So now we will study various cases based on the shape of the trajectory of the particle which is moving under the effect of inverse square force field. So there are 4 cases we have already studied. First case is when energy of the particle is greater than 0. When energy of the particle is greater than 0, that is total energy of the particle, it is denoted by this red line. Then how the effective potential energy, it will vary. Which point will act as a turning point? When the total energy of the particle is positive, that is greater than 0. Then when total energy of the particle is equal to 0, what is the trajectory of the particle and what will be the turning point of the particle from the center of the force? Then we will discuss when total energy of the particle, it is less than 0. We know that at that time the trajectory of the particle is elliptical. So what are the turning points during its energy? Negative energy of the particle. Similarly, here the energy is minimum when the energy of the particle, which is moving under the inverse square force, it is minimum, then what will be its turning point? How much closer it can move to the center of the force. So now we will study this. So first case is when energy E, it is greater than 0. So when energy E is greater than 0, we know the relation between eccentricity and total energy. It is 1 plus 2 EL square by mu k square. So if this energy is greater than 0, then 1 plus some positive term, it means E is greater than 1. E greater than 1 means there will be hyperbolic path. So particle or a body, it is covering hyperbolic path when its energy E is greater than 0. So now we will study about its effective potential energy. So this is the curve representing total energy of the particle. So what will happen to the potential energy curve? Initially, as we are decreasing R, we are moving the body from infinity to the point closer to the center of the force. Initially, U dash is becoming more negative. It means its kinetic energy will increase at that time. At point E, effective potential energy becomes minimum. So at that time, its kinetic energy, radial kinetic energy will be maximum. Then it starts becoming less negative, means now U dash is increasing. So its radial kinetic energy will decrease. Then at point B, this effective potential energy, it becomes 0. At that time, total energy will be equal to purely kinetic energy. Then this U dash, it has become positive. At that time, kinetic energy is decreasing. And at this point corresponding to R is equal to OA. When the distance between the body and the center of the force, it is equal to OA. At that time, this U dash, it intersects the total energy curve. Means at this point A, this U dash is equal to E, that is total energy. At this point, kinetic energy of the particle is 0. Means this distance OA is the turning point for a particle having energy E greater than 0. Similarly, when the total energy of the particle, it is equal to 0. So at that time, what will be the turning point? Similarly, same as that of the previous case, initially when we decrease R, initially potential energy will decrease, means its radial kinetic energy will increase. At point E, U dash becomes minimum, it means kinetic energy will be maximum. Then, as U dash is increasing, kinetic energy will decrease. And at point B, when a distance between the body and the center of the force, it is equal to OB. At this distance, this U dash, it intersects the curve of the total energy of the particle, which is 0. It means at this point, the particle having total energy equal to 0, its kinetic energy becomes equal to 0 at point B. So OB is the, B point is the turning point for a particle which is having total energy equal to 0 when it is moving towards the center of the force. So distance of closest approach for a body whose total energy is 0, it is equal to OB. And distance of closest approach of a body whose total energy is positive, it is OA. Now for a particle whose energy is less than 0. Here, corresponding to this E3 which is less than 0, we know that we have 2 points on this effective potential energy curve. One point is C, second point is D. These are those 2 points where the curve of the effective potential energy, it intersects the total energy curve. Means at these 2 points, the total energy of the body is equal to U dash. So kinetic energy will be 0 at these 2 points. So what will happen? So in E3 less than 0 case, the motion of the body is bounded motion. So here what will happen? When a body, it will reach point D, In the other cases, what is happening? When a body, it reaches the turning point here. It is the turning point. So from this point, the body will move again to back to infinity. Similarly, in this case, B was the turning point. So when the body, it has reached the turning point, from the turning point, it will go back to infinity. But in this case, where E3 is less than 0, we have two turning points, because there are 2 points at which U dash is equal to total energy E, where the kinetic energy will be 0. So these are 2 turning points. So when the body, it will reach point D, what will happen? This point D, this is the turning point. So it will turn the body to this side. And then when the body reaches this point C, it will turn this body towards this point. So the body, it will move between these 2 points, following elliptical path. So that's why in this, when the total energy of the body is negative but not minimum, in that case, the motion will be a bounded motion and the path followed by the body will be elliptical, and the motion is bounded between these 2 points. So this is our minimum, that is OC, and OD is our maximum. So for our elliptical motion, R lies between this R minimum and R maximum. It means in this case, the distance of closest approach of the body is OC, and the distance of farthest approach of the body is OD. Minimum distance between the body and the center of force, in this case, it cannot be less than OC. And the maximum distance between the body and the center of the force, it is not infinity in this case, as in the other cases. Here, that maximum distance between the body and the center of the force, it cannot be greater than this OD. Now, the last case is when the energy is minimum. So when the total energy is minimum, what is U dash? We know that U dash is L square by 2 mu R square minus K by R. Now in this case, we will calculate that distance R at which U dash is minimum by calculating the derivative, as you do in the mathematics. So we know that corresponding to this point E, U dash is minimum. So we will calculate R. So suppose at some distance R, this U dash is minimum. So at that point, this derivative du dash by dr, it will be equal to 0, corresponding to U dash minimum at any point R. So find its derivative. It will be, derivative of this will be minus L square by mu R cube plus K by R square. This is du dash by dr. It is equal to 0. From here, calculate that value of R at which U dash is minimum. So when you will calculate, R will come out to be L square by mu K. So this distance, actually it is R is equal to L square by mu K when U dash is minimum. And now put this R in this equation to calculate the minimum value of U dash. So when you will put this value of R in this equation, you will get the minimum value of U dash, and it is equal to minimum value of energy, that is minus mu K square by 2L square. So that is why here the body corresponding to this energy, minimum energy, eccentricity will be 0. Corresponding to this minimum energy, eccentricity is 0, because when you will put the value of total energy minus mu K square by 2L square, it will become equal to 0. And the body moves in a circular path. Why? Because at this point, E is the turning point. But the body remains at a constant distance in case of minimum energy of the body stays at a constant distance from the center of the force. It means it will move in a circular path, because in case of a circle, distance of the body, any body on the surface or the diameter, it remains constant from its center. So this is all about physical significance of the nature of the motion under inverse square force, and it is one of the most important articles of this chapter.